Yesterday, I asked you to remain short or sell gold. If it drops below 1694, you can see a big drop, and then 1680, and below 1680, anyways, it will drop for 1670, 1660 precisely. It has achieved 1660. Also, these are the levels I had given in my weekly analysis. Likewise, for silver, I had told you below 1960 we can expect the next support at 1940, and below that we may see a good drop for 1920. This time it has in fact breached the levels and achieved 1890 levels. I hope you all profited. Now what is going to happen today? We will see with the help of candlestick charts and indicators. Missing on to subscribe this channel is missing on the profits. Do not commit this mistake. Do like, share, subscribe and comment. Do watch till the end. First we'll look into gold, then followed with silver. Do listen to it carefully and do note down the levels. Let's start the day. This is on the hourly chart. I told you it is consolidated and now it is trying to drop. In the evening analysis I did tell you that it is consolidated and it is trying to come out of this zone. Now look at this, it has taken the support at 1660 and now trying to retrace a little. What could be the next resistance zone? 1674, 1680, these are going to be the resistance zone. Probably once it breaks beyond 1684, you can consider it as little bullish, else till the time it trades below 1684, possibility of it to drop again exists, as this should be considered a retracement. Look at the directional movement, it's still bearish. Stochastic has seen little bullish move and it is trying to head upwards. The MACD was trading bearish, now it is trying to cross over for a bullish move, and the RSI was oversold, now trying to come out of the oversold zones, indicating that possibility of a little pullback exists. Now look at the 2-hour charts. Now look at the 2-hour charts carefully and you will find, see, previous 4 candles lower lows, these 4 candles higher highs also, so it is swinging either which ways. Now if it trades beyond this zone at 1670, yes, you can expect 1674, and then beyond that we may see it rising till towards 1680 levels. Then watch out for 1684 and 1690 can be seen, though complete reversal till this zone is difficult, but yes, if it breaks past this zone at 1690, then only you should consider this as a bullish move, else it can try to retrace at max. If it tries to retrace at max, it can achieve 1684, that is my expectation. Directional movement is bearish. Stochastic was oversold, trying to come out of the oversold zone. The MACD is bearish and it is trying to converge here, willing to cross over for a sell, willing to cross over for a buy move, and RSI is trading oversold, hence a little pullback can be expected, little retracement can be expected. Now look at the 3-hour chart. On the 3-hour charts, a sharp red candle. Now look at these two candles. You can see that the body is diminishing here. The body size is hardly anything and it is negligible, indicates that there is a support there on the downside at 1660, which it is failing to break pass by, and it is trying to get the support here. Yes, it may try to reverse till towards 1670, 74, 80 and then 84 levels. Possibility exists. You can go long here, but with the stop loss at 1660 strictly. Below 1660 it may still try to drop more. Directional movement is bearish. Stochastic is oversold. The MACD is divergent and bearish. The RSI is oversold. Remember, if it can sustain overbought levels, it can sustain oversold levels also. Now these are the 4-hour charts and this is the Bollinger Bands. You can see precisely it tried to breach the bottom of the Bollinger Bands, but the 2 sharp candles also increase the width of the Bollinger Bands, and now the support here at 1660 has become strong. It is trying to retrace a little. Possibility of a retracement till here till 1680 exists, and then the downward trend may resume. Be cautious. Directional movement is bearish. Stochastic is oversold with couple of green candles. It can try to come out of this oversold zone, At the same time, the MACD has seen the lows there and it is divergent. It has seen the high also in the candles. It may start to converge a little because see, if you look at the 4-hour charts, though these were the extremes when we had seen a good fall, the possibility of it to drop further exists. Be cautious. RSI is oversold. Now let's have a look at the daily charts. On the daily charts, you will find that, see, yesterday was the breakout candle. It was consolidating in this channel and then a breakout has happened. That is why I asked you that only bullish move was above 1698, else till the time it trades below you can expect it to drop. Now see, if you consider that it is trying to retrace 1660 as a support, possibility for it to give you little green candles till 1680 exists. But be cautious with the longs. You can take a long entry here, but only trade with the stop loss at $1666 level. Stop loss is good enough. And yes, you can expect 1670-74 zone to provide it a little resistance. And we will see how it behaves at those levels. You have to strictly trade with the stop loss at cost. As soon as you see your position is in green and it's $2 away from your entry price, you have to shift your stop loss to cost or your entry price such that you can preserve your capital. And then probably you have to also trail your stop loss. Directional movement here is bearish. Stochastic is oversold. The MACD is divergent. See, this is the second red candle and it is still divergent. It is still got the bearishness. RSI is at bottom. Also, now see, this is the first breakout candle after this smaller candle, and hence there is a probability that a second breakout candle, second red candle can also follow. You have to trade with caution on the buy side. Till the time it trades below 1695, you have to exercise extra caution with any positional long buys or any positional buys for gold. Hence, for the day, yes, you can buy right now at 1666 levels, but then you have to put your stop losses in a very strict zone and believe that you have to ensure 1670 levels are going to be the first target, 1674 as the next target. Beyond that, we may see it hitting 1680. 1680, which was the support earlier, now it is going to be a very strong resistance. Above 1680, there is a possibility that it may also hit 1684. Be cautious. See, achieving 1680, 1684 today, throughout this day, throughout the Europe session or Asia session, gold may again reverse with the US cash session. Be careful. It may try to trade in a range. I don't think so that it will breach 1690, but these are markets beyond you and me. On the downside, go short below 1660 or sell below 1660. Once it drops below 1660, you have to go short. The next target is 1655 and 1652. Below 1652, it can drop further. See, previous candle was almost $40. Now, if it reverses, if it drops below 1652 also, you may see it dropping for 1640 and below levels. Second consecutive red candle may appear. Hence, on the upside, trade with caution. And yes, in between 1660 and 60, rather the buy entry, you ask me, rather the buy entry you can shift a little till towards 1670 levels. So do not trade between 1660 and 1670, and only above 1670 trade with a strict stop loss or 1674, 1680 and then 1684 levels. On the downside, go short below 1660 for 1655, 1652 and then below that 1645 and 40 levels. Take your trades accordingly. Trade with a stop loss, trade with a strict stop loss. Now let's have a look at silver. Also, if you want to learn this art of trading profitably, taking right entries at right times and taking right exits, you can join my mentorship batch. The 16th batch is starting on 3rd of October. Enroll now, book your seats now because there are limited seats. Be a part of it. Definitely it will help you become profitable and proficient trader, and you will be in a better position to read the markets carefully, taking the right entries and making yourself profitable. Reach out to me for more details. My Telegram channel ID, my Telegram personal ID, and my email IDs are mentioned in the channel and video description. You can be part of my signals group, and please support my effort by joining the Patreon. The Patreon site link is mentioned in the description. This is just a $7 contribution monthly from your side, will definitely be a motivation for me. Now this is silver on the hourly charts. Now look at silver, how it is trying to trade on the hourly charts. See, first you must observe that this is an expanding triangle and this is a bearish triangle. Now you must recall me saying 1920 multiple times in silver in past few days, and then 1940 and 50. These three levels in my weekly analysis also I did say, and now also today again we are going to look at the same levels. Beyond 1920, the possibility of it to rise till towards 1930, 1940 and in fact 1950 is high. 1950 is going to be a stronger resistance for the day. Only and only if silver trades above 1960, then you can consider it as bullish. Now on the downside, probability of it to reverse from 1920 again exists. Now look at the directional movement. It is bearish, but it is trying to converge, and crossover stochastic is looking upwards. MACD is trying to converge crossover for a bullish move. RSI is looking upwards, indicating little bullishness there. On the 2-hour charts, you will find that lower highs are done and it is willing to rise from here at around 1920 levels. If it breaks past 1920, you can still expect it to rise for 1930, the nearest resistance, 1940 the next, and 1950. 1950 and 1940, this zone is going to be very strong resistance for gold today. Directional movement is bearish. Stochastic has seen the low, it was oversold, now trying to come out of the oversold zone. The MACD is bearish and it is willing to converge. The RSI is looking upwards here, indicating little bullishness. On the 3-hour charts, now look at the 3-hour charts here. It is clearly trying to achieve the highs. Probability of it to breach 1920 exists, but at the same time one must not forget that it may give you lower highs this time, and then the next candle will decide which direction it wants to take. So a complete engulfing, and then the next candle is of similar size. Third candle will be shorter than this, and then it may try to achieve 1950. Probably if it trades above 1920, chances for it to achieve 1930 first target is very easy. 1940 is also possible, and then till 1950 it can try to retrace, if at all it is trying to retrace, then and then only. Directional movement bearish. Stochastic is at bottom and oversold. MACD is also trading with divergence, trading with the bearishness. RSI is looking upwards. And on the 4-hour charts, now see here, lower highs here, flat bottom. It is trying to confine its movement within this. Be cautious of 1920. Only above 1920 you can expect a little bullishness. Below 1890, yes, there is a probability of a further drop. Directional movement bearish and divergent. RSI oversold, possibility of it to bounce back exists. MACD is divergent and bearish, and RSI is looking upwards, indicating little bearishness. On the daily charts now, this is on the daily chart. This was the last Sunday's candle, and then the Monday started on a bullish note and it tried to rise from 1880 to 2000 levels in a single day. We had seen 5% of the rise. Now it has erased all the gains in last 4 days, achieved the same levels and rather higher lows. So this time only, even in fact if it drops below 1890, 1880 is going to be the support. Breaking below 1880, it can try to achieve 1850 levels. Remember this fact, you have to go short only if it drops below 1890. On the upside, yes, you can go long at 1920, beyond which 1930, 1940 and 1950 levels can be expected, which are going to be a very strong resistance, and only bullishness is expected if it trades past 1960. Be cautious. Also remember, see, after the rise, first red candle, little reversal, second red candle and a sharp red candle, creating a wick out there. If it reverses from here, because the wick is already done, it may try to achieve 1930, 1940, and a reversal from there is possible. If it is bearish, it may give you extreme bearishness, and then it can reverse from those levels achieving 1850. If it is strongly bearish, it can drop from those levels, very much likely, very much possible. Now look at the directional movement is bearish on the bullish on the daily charts. It is trying to converge. Stochastic was overbought, now looking downwards. And if you look at the MACD, it has seen the high trying to converge here. RSI is trying to bounce back from here. So for the day, only buy entry is above 1920. The target should be 1930, 1940 and 1950 levels. Possibly it may achieve those levels. Only bullishness, only reversal confirmation if it trades above 1960. Else the faster it achieves 1950 levels, it can reverse again on the downside. Be very cautious. Below 1890, go short. Below 1890, first target 1880 and then 1860, 1850 levels are also possible. So take your positions accordingly, trade safely, trade with a stop loss. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe and comment. Thank you very much. Have a great profitable trading day ahead. Thank you.